Hello everyone, a very pleasant day to you. Senate President Akwa distributes fishing boats to riverine women in Akwa Ibom. NAFDAC wants a fake kiss condom in circulation. The former presidential candidate of AAC Sowore slams police as hoodlums attack women protesters in Kwara government house. A very good day to you and welcome to First Next News Port Harcourt. I am Becky Usoro. Now the news in full. Senate President Akwa distributed outboard engine fishing boats to women and cooperative societies in the Eket Senatorial District of Akwa Ibom State. The empowerment initiative carried out at Akwa's country home in Ukana, Esien, Udim local government area forms part of his constituency interventions aimed at strengthening local livelihoods in coastal communities where fishing remains a primary source of income. Beneficiaries were drawn largely from riverine settlements across Akwa Ibom State, reflecting the economic realities of communities whose survival depends on others to functional fishing equipment and modern tools. Speaking at the event, the wife of the Senate President, Dr. Ekaite Unoma Akwa, commended her husband for prioritizing women from riverine areas, noting that the gesture underscores his belief in inclusive leadership beyond senatorial boundaries. In his address, Akwa acknowledged the long-standing support of women in Akwa Ibom and described the intervention as a way of empowering them to expand their business rather than depend on handouts. Away from that story, the Minister of Transportation, Senator Ahmed Akali, has condemned the killing of two siblings, Yusuf Dadi and his sister, Faiza, and the abduction of 4 others in Pindiga town of Akwa local government area of Gombe State. Akali described the incident as unacceptable and barbaric and called on security agencies to intensify efforts to ensure that the perpetrators were swiftly apprehended and brought to justice. Special Advisor to the Minister of Media, Umar Akali Jibril, noted that the minister further urged residents to remain calm, stressing that the administration of President Bola Tinubu has zero tolerance for incessant killings and the adoption of innocent citizens from their homes. He assured that those responsible for such heinous acts would not go unpunished. Moving on, the federal government has been dragged before a High Court of Justice of the Federal Capital Territory FCT over the January 1, 2026 planned takeoff of the new tax laws. The plaintiffs in the suit, Incorporated Trustees of African Initiative for Abused Public Trustees, were praying the courts for an order to stop the planned implementation of the laws pending the hearing and determination of the suit. Respondents in the suits were the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Attorney General of the Federation, and the President of the Senate. Other defendants are the Speaker of the House of Representatives and the National Assembly Management. In a motion ex parte before the court, the plaintiffs were seeking an order of interim injunction pending restraining the federal government from going ahead with the implementation of the new laws pending the hearing and determination of the substantive suit. The plaintiffs further prayed for an order directing accelerated hearing and determination of the substantive suit. The court has, however, fixed January 5, 2026 for ruling on the ex parte motion. Moving on, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has warned the public of the sale and distribution of fake kiss condoms in several markets across the country. In a public notice, NAFDAC said the information was received from DKT International Nigeria, the marketing authorization holder for Kiss Condom. The agency says the information was received from the marketing authorization holder, DKT International Nigeria, a leading non-governmental organization focused on contraceptive social marketing. Its mission is to provide Nigerians with affordable and safe options of family planning and HIV and AIDS prevention. According to the agency, the counterfeit products have been identified in major commercial centers, including Onisha Market in Anambra State, Udomota Market, and Trade Fair Market in Lagos State. Other locations where the fake condoms have reportedly been found include markets in Kano, Abuja, Uyo, Gombe, and Enugu. Moving on, former presidential candidates of the African Action Congress AAC and human rights activist Omoyele Sowore has condemned the attack on women and children who staged a peaceful protest at the Kwara State Government House over rising cases of kidnapping and insecurity in their community. The women protesters being harassed and flogged by suspected hired thugs, where officers of the Nigerian police force were present at the scene, as the police officers neither intervened nor offered protection to protesters during the attack. Reacting in a post on his official X handle, Sowore described the incident as one of the most despicable sins he had ever witnessed at the seat of government. He also accused the Kwara State Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak of intolerance and high-handedness, alleging that the attack was either sanctioned or tacitly permitted by the state authorities. Sowore further called on the Nigerian police force to immediately identify and sanction the officers who failed in their constitutional duty to protect lives and property. Moving on, the operatives of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC FCT Command has arrested 3 suspected vandals around the National Stadium/National Hospital Axis, Abuja. The suspects were apprehended while arranging the vandalized items to cart them away to an unknown destination. According to the Public Relations Officer of the Command, Monica Ojobi, the arrest was made by the Tactical Squad of the Critical National Assets and Infrastructure Department of the Command on routine patrol during the Yule-tide. The department was tasked to ensure the safety of residents, security of lives, and protecting of infrastructure of the FCT during the festive period. Ojobi gave the names of the suspects as Abu Salam Aminu, Mustafa Sale, and Suleiman Sani. Ojobi said various exhibits were recovered from them as further investigations continued on the activities of the vandals in the FCT. Commenting on the arrest, the FCT Commandant Dr. Olusola Odumoso praised personnel of the command for their vigilance and determination to bring to an end the activities of vandals in the city. Away from that story, a coalition of civil society organizations, CSOS, has expressed concern over what he described as the silence of Nigeria's political and military leadership following an alleged United States airstrike on Nigerian territory on Christmas Day. In a joint statement, the group said the development raises serious questions about national sovereignty, constitutional governance, civilian protection, and democratic accountability. The organizations accused President Bola Tinubu of failing to publicly address the incident in his capacity as Commander-in-Chief, arguing that the involvement of a foreign military power in an internal security matter without explanation undermines Nigeria's constitutional order and social contract. They further expressed concern that the President, service chiefs, and the leadership of the National Assembly were either unavailable or silent in the aftermath of the reported operation, leaving the Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga to respond publicly on an issue that said goes to the heart of national sovereignty. According to the CSOS, the silence of key institutions reflects a breakdown of accountability, particularly in the view of Section 14(2)(b) of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, which states that the security and welfare of the people shall be primary purpose of government. While acknowledging the importance of international counterterrorism cooperation, the group said such engagements must be transparent, lawful, and subject to democratic oversight. They called for a review of Nigeria's national counterterrorism strategy and the National Action Plan for Preventing and Countering Violent Extremism to determine whether the reported operation aligns with existing frameworks. We now move on to the foreign scene. President Volodymyr Zelensky has denied allegations by Russia that Ukraine launched a drone attack on one of the President Vladimir Putin's residence and accused Moscow of trying to derail peace talks. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov claimed Kyiv had launched an attack overnight using 91 long-range unarmed aerial vehicles, UAVs, on Putin's state residence in Russia's northwestern Novgorod region. Russia said it would now review its position in peace negotiations. It is not yet clear where Putin was at the time of the alleged attack. President Zelensky dismissed the claim as typical Russia's lies, intended to give the Kremlin an excuse to continue attacks on Ukraine. He said that Russia had previously targeted government buildings in Kyiv, adding that there were no reports of casualties or damage as a result of the attack. Away from that story, Thailand's army has accused Cambodia of breaching a newly signed ceasefire deal reached after weeks of deadly clashes that forced nearly 1 million people from their homes. Wrote VCR in a statement. The Thai army said more than 250 unarmed aerial vehicles were detected flying from the Cambodian. The ceasefire took effect at noon local time on Saturday. Both sides agreed to freeze the front lines where they are now, ban reinforcements, and allow civilians living in border areas to return as soon as possible. It had been seen as a breakthrough, which came after days of talks between both countries, with diplomatic encouragement from China and the U.S. In a statement, the Royal Thai Army said Cambodia's actions constitute provocation and a violation of measures aimed at reducing tensions, adding that they were inconsistent with terms of the ceasefire. It also said it may need to reconsider the release of 18 Cambodian soldiers held in Thailand since July. Cambodian Foreign Minister Prak Sokhonn described the incident as a small issue related to flying drones seen by both sides along the borderline. That's all on the news this hour. I am Becky Osoro. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now.